everybody, Dimitri here, and in this video I wanted to do a quick rundown of the modifications that I've done to my 2013 F800GS to set it up for adventure riding. Alright, so first of all, modifications are highly subjective to what you're going to do with the bike. My build goal with this motorcycle was to set it up for BDR, set it up for Trans-America Trail, so keep it as simple as possible, keep it light, and aim for like 2-track mild off-road. So we'll start at the front here, front top. Bark Busters, these were actually installed by the previous owner. I think these are great, probably the best handguards on the market for full wrap handguards, whether it's dirt bike or adventure bike. These were great, the shields were great, I really like them. They're very, very protective. They never move. They're the first thing that hits the ground, which is what you want. This little piece, I just got it kind of more for safety because this is very exposed. It's made by Touratech, so it's very expensive. Honestly, it doesn't feel that durable if you really hit something, but it's better than nothing because this is a pretty critical component. The windscreen looks super nerdy. This is actually the windscreen from, I think, an F700GS because they didn't make one for a regular F800GS. This is not the Adventure. And it actually works really, really well. It does buffet my specific helmet and my specific height a bit, but it does take a lot of wind off of me. I tried like 5 different windscreens. This is the best one I found. Love that it's adjustable, and I will probably never buy another adventure bike without an adjustable windscreen because this adjustability makes an amazing difference if you're going from off-road to having to ride on the highway for 2 hours. Cyclops headlight, both high and low beam. It is a must-do modifications for this bike because the stock headlight bulb is like a little candle light, and this headlight is amazing. They test it to make sure the optics are correct, that you get the correct cutoff, you get everything perfect. It's DOT approved, I'm pretty sure. So it's better than most headlights I've seen on a motorcycle or even a car. It is, if you're going to go any distance and ride at night, I think this is also a must-do. I'm very happy with it. In the forks, I have SKF seals, best seals on the market, and I also have Motorex 2.5 weight oil, which works really well. I did actually notice a little bit more plushness over the kind of small stuff. Throttle lock, this was previous owner. I hate it. I don't like this style throttle lock at all. I think it's a little bit dangerous. These pretty sure they're Alt-Rider crash bars. Work super well. They are pretty low to the ground. They are kind of not super visible in the overall shape of the bike. Between the Bark Busters and the crash bars, nothing's ever touched the fairings or the turn signals or anything. Highly recommend them. They're well triangulated. They attach to the frame here. They do attach to the engine here, which is not ideal, but kind of unavoidable on these bikes. And they attach to each other as well, so it spreads the load quite a bit. As you can see, I've used them. They don't move, they don't bend. I'm sure you can bend them if you really wanted to, but I've had good experience with them. Foot pegs, Black Dog Cycle Works. They're okay. They're much better than stock. I'm generally not a big fan of aluminum foot pegs because aluminum brakes doesn't bend, and these also don't shed mud very well. They're actually kind of slippery when they get muddy. If I were to buy something new, buy something again, I would go with a more traditional style dirt bike foot peg, something like this. I think that just works better. Center stand, I don't know who makes it. This was a previous owner thing. Works super well. I'm happy with it. I think it might be an original part. Skid plate, Black Dog Cycle Works. Awesome skid plate. Very happy with it. Great coverage, easy to install, super beefy. In installs to the stock points, but it's also kind of reinforced in the back. And yeah, they make really, really good skid plates. I had one on my Africa Twin that I've put through absolute hell, and it never had an issue, so I would highly recommend it. This little brake pedal, which I think is Touratech, but I think that you can buy knockoff ones that are very similar. It's okay. I actually modified it slightly to raise it up a little bit, because the main issue with this bike is not that the brake is too small, is that it is too low and it's not adjustable. So you mostly just need to raise it up if you're going to ride off-road. And finally, the pannier racks. So this bike originally comes, or at least mine came with a setup for the BMW Vario cases, which are awesome if you're just going to ride on the street and not dump your bike off-road, but they would probably break immediately if you did. So I set it up for soft luggage because I like that better in general. So I got these Happy Trails pannier racks. Very happy with them. They fit very, very well. They're very high quality. I've put 10,000 off-road miles on this bike in all kinds of conditions, and the paint did wear off a little bit, which is a little bit annoying, but you could just spray some new paint on there, so that's not a problem. The top rack is great. Fit and finish is really good on this in general, because some of the other racks that I've bought that were a little bit cheaper, you will notice minor details like the laser cut holes will not be deburred, the paint will be not great, and the overall design will not be as good. All right, and the last modification, which you can't really see, but is a lithium battery under here. I can't really say that I've noticed much weight savings with a lithium battery, but it is one of the anti-gravity restart ones, which came in pretty handy because I don't ride this bike very often, and half the time I come over here, the battery's dead because I haven't had it on a tender, so I can go in there and push the button and start the bike. And it also protects the battery because it doesn't let it go completely dead. All right, guys, hopefully you found this video interesting. If you have any questions or comments or ideas for other modifications or things that you found really, really useful on an F800GS, leave a comment, and I will see you out on the trails.